Hello everybody. As you are probably aware by now, I'm not a big fan of people starting with IDEs, integrated development environments, too quickly. Because you get in the habit of just pressing a button and something happens. And I like people to have a bit of an understanding of what's happening underneath. So I've been basically working with a text editor and a terminal. But you know what is useful in a text editor? Syntax highlighting. And StyledEdit won't do it for us, and Pe won't do it for us. But there are some text editors available in Haiku that will do it. So let's have a look. And the first one I want to show you is Coder. Doesn't look like much, does it? But let's pull this in. Language, this is Yab. And it didn't recognize it, but yeah, it can actually do this. Let's open up another file, this one with the Yab extension. And there it actually figured it out by itself. So clearly this is extension bound. Now the other thing I want to point towards with Coder, it's one of the very few apps, possibly the only one, that integrates stack and tile. So instead of writing his own tab routines, he just used stack and tile. And I should be able to disentangle these. So that is very interesting. For the rest, it's just a text editor. Don't expect to be able to compile from here, but that's the way we like it at this point. So yeah, please install Coder and explore it. So as I said, by itself it didn't realize this BAS file, but you can override that and say this is Yab. And so this is written by a guy called Casper. Well, that's his internet handle. I don't know his real name. And Casper, if you're watching this, please put up a tutorial on how to integrate stack and tile into your program, because that's impressive. Okay, let's have a look at something else. Genio. This is our native IDE. It's mainly intended for C++ projects. And it's also very tightly integrated with Git. So if we open up my Git repository here, then you can see There's things that you can do. Well, I only have one branch, so this is but you can see if these were YAB files, then I could edit them here. However, Genio will let you open, let's see, open just files outside of a project. So let's try this one. Let's close that. And let's try this one. Okay, so once again, it is tied to the extension. You'll have to use YAB extensions for Genio to recognize what's going on. But it does seem to understand pretty much the whole let's open another file here with some more keywords in it. See, so even something pretty obscure like keyboard messages it knows about. Now don't expect this to build your project. It won't do that, because not unless you create specific build commands for it. So you could transfer your file to the build factory, I suppose. It would take a little bit more. Let's see, default. No. But still, you do have proper syntax highlighting. Okay, let's just close this, close that. Project, close project. Right, now we have Kate. Now Kate, as it stands, it's a KDE text editor, which has many interesting features. Let's just do it this way. And it doesn't know anything about YAB, but it does know something about FreeBasic, which is close enough that we can actually have quite a bit of use out of it, right? But it only understands Bash. But let's just, let's see, tools, where is it, highlighting, settings. Oh, I had this done. Okay, now, sorry, I was thinking of the other one. So if you use bash extensions, then you can use Kate as your text editor. And let's see, the most interesting thing here is split view, which lets you look at the same file but in different places in the file. And if I make some changes here, then it makes it on the other side as well. They're synchronized. So you can be at the end of your file here, and you can make changes there and see how. Now, okay, in a little one-page file, that's not so useful. But when you have long files, hundreds of lines, then being able to work in two places at the same time is invaluable. However, Kate is not the most stable program in the repository. I mean, it crashes from time to time, so be careful with that. Right, and then finally there is Genie. Genie. I think it's Genie. Right, so here you can change configurations. So if can we just drag? No, this one doesn't drag and drop. Okay. So if you load this bash file, it thinks it's free basic, and it will highlight it. On the other hand, let's open that one. It will not do it for a YAB file. Not yet, anyway. Now we go here, file type extensions.conf. Then it copies the extensions database file that it has. Well, not a database. If you go to Free Basic, you uncomment it and you add now let's see what happens. Yeah, save it, and it saves it to the local configuration. So let's reload that program. And now you can see the highlighting because we just added that extension. So it should be possible to write a complete configuration file for YAB in Genie that lets you, get a bit free from Free Basic and have exactly what we need in YAB. Such a thing doesn't exist yet as far as I know, but you can see the possibility here. Okay, so those are the text editors that I found so far that will work with Yab and show the syntax highlighting. And I would suggest you go with Coder, because it is the native solution, and you know, it actually knows about Yab. You're not stuck with something that tries to interpret FreeBasic. Okay, so that's it for today. Sometime in the future I will do an episode on IDEs. Note the plural, there's more than one of them. There's the official IDE and there's my homebrewed version, which is not quite ready at the moment. Thanks for watching.